What is up and welcome to Mamps on the Map and welcome to my Abu Dhabi food guide. Now if you're here for street foods and local eats, this probably ain't it, but if you want to see fine dining, fast food and my first time trying the god tier Cheesecake factory, you're in the right place. I always do my research before heading to new places to give you guys the best foodie spots, but damn, Abu Dhabi's sit down restaurant scene ain't cheap, so me and Mrs. on the Map traded in the Michelin guides for fried chicken and pizza, which low-key banged. Also, man's YouTube analytics tell me that 99.5% of you aren't subscribed, so help a Mamps out by subscribing if you enjoy the content, and of course, sharing is caring. So let's start the food guide with some fine dining, starting at our hotel, the Conrad, located at the world famous Etihad Towers. First up, we've got a taste of Italy at a restaurant called Sole, and with 4.5 stars on TripAdvisor, and it being our first day in Abu Dhabi, jet lag equals pizza, and this was actually decent wood-fired pizza. Immaculate vibes and drinks without bear ice. We were off to a good start, and things just got better. I went for the Cap di Monte, featuring a cherry tomato base, burrata cheese, beef prosciutto, and Boss Man salt bayed it up with some rocket leaves and parmesan flakes. Mrs. on the Map being vegetarian went for a pizza topped with buffalo mozzarella cheese, Telaggio cheese, roasted walnuts, 24-month aged parmesan, 2-year-old cheese and then topped with black seasonal truffle. So Mrs. on the Map, what did you think?
So I thought walnuts on pizza is a bit random, but it was a nice crunchy addition. The cheese wasn't that strong, but it was nice. I love cheese, so I appreciate how much cheese there was. Yeah, overall it tasted nice. It was something different.
You heard it here first. Mrs. on the Map has spoken. Next up, we've got incredible Lebanese food from Beirut, again at the Conrad Hotel, featured on Harper's Bazaar and CN Traveller's best restaurants in Abu Dhabi, and also on the Michelin guide. So I had high expectations, and man, they were exceeded. First up, the restaurant has vibes for days, and with great ambience and views of the hotel pool, it's a beautiful restaurant with great service, and check this, they give you free salad, olives, nuts, and this olive oil thing. I was already sold by the free goods, and then the food came out. We got a few different items from the meze menu, including fattoush salad, which is marinated vegetables, sumac and olive oil, and the most perfectly presented baba ganoush and flatbread. The baba ganoush was out of this world, and you really do get that smoked aubergine flavour. As for the hot meze, I went for the meat kibbeh, which is essentially a pastry stuffed with minced lamb and pine nuts, and it was delicious. We also got a spinach fataya, which is an Arabic pastry filled with, you guessed it, spinach, for those Popeye gains. Genuinely, I'm so impressed with this restaurant, and I would recommend it to anyone. Even though it is on the pricey side, the portions are massive, and it can easily be shared with a group of people. Seeing as these restaurants are based at the Conrad Hotel, a quick shout out goes to Rosewater, which is basically where there is an insane breakfast buffet. If you want to check that out, click the pop-up link or check the description for more. Sticking to the fine dining scene, next up we've got another restaurant on the Michelin guide and Time Out's best Chinese restaurant in Abu Dhabi, Dai Pai Dong. Now this restaurant was a low-key mission to get to as a taxi was required, but taxis are actually bare cheap in Abu Dhabi, so it wasn't too bad. The vibes were on point, and I love restaurants where you can see the chefs in action. Now I think with this place, you have to go as a group, and because I eat meat and Mrs. on the Map is vegetarian, this place can get hella expensive if there's two of you and you both want different things. I also ordered the wrong thing, as you'll see later on. To drink, I got this fruity mocktail, which was interesting because it contained boba. Dim sum for days. There's an extensive menu featuring fluffy veggie bao buns and spicy sume containing chicken, prawn, pork and quail egg. This was so good, and with that kick of spice injected in every bite, we're on to a winner. For mains, Mrs. on the Map got mapo tofu, which is basically a tofu based dish, as the name suggests, with veggies and cashews for the extra crunch factor. Now I fully messed up. I got shrimp, chicken and egg fried rice, which was good as far as fried rice goes, but it was just that, fried rice. It needed a little somewhere else, a little pizzazz, so I jacked some of Mrs. on the Map's mains. Dai Pai Dong was okay. Again, it was pricey, and this being only a few days into our trip, mans needed to get a part-time job whilst on holiday to afford the food. Next up, let's head to the desert for the Abu Dhabi Desert Safari, where we blasted through some sand dunes, fed some camels, and then enjoyed some evening entertainment with a Middle Eastern buffet. Now the food was actually way better than I thought it'd be. and it was basically a fusion of Middle Eastern and Western cuisine. It included things like flatbread, hummus, rice, chicken and lamb skewers, and then we carb loaded with chips and pasta. There was also dal, aka lentil curry, but I ain't about that life, so I politely declined. Dessert was tasty too, with a fruit medley and bread and butter pudding. Vegetarians were also covered here, with plenty to choose from. There's also local food and drink that you can try, like dates and Arabic coffee.
Cheers. Let's give it a go. Interesting. It just kind of tastes like normal coffee, you know. They're a bit more funky. That's Arabic coffee.
If you want me to do a full video on the desert safari experience, then drop a comment down below and I'm happy to put something together. So let's switch things up and hit up some fast food joints and cheaper eats. Now Abu Dhabi has so many malls, so Western eats aren't hard to come by. In fact, they're everywhere, so you won't struggle to enjoy Abu Dhabi on a budget. Now I love KFC, but on a level, no joking about, the Abu Dhabi KFC was the best KFC I've ever had. I know, it's a big statement, but the Zinger Stacker combo meal with a side of spicy fried chicken was levels above anything I've had in the UK. The chicken was juicy, fresh, and that outer coating was crispy and seasoned to perfection. Now in the UK, you can only get on the bone chicken with the classic coating, unless you get the hot wings, but with the chicken here in Abu Dhabi, you can choose from classic or spicy. Simply divine. And you can get spicy salted fries. UK KFC, if you're watching this, you need to up your game. Now the Pizza Hut here can be found in the food markets, but also as sit-down restaurants. And as far as Pizza Hut goes, it was decent, with other menu items including pasta, cheesy garlic bread, and this tasty sharing platter featuring chicken wings, cheese balls, potato wedges, and these mini chicken wraps, which were actually banging. Now one of my favourite fast food burger joints is Shake Shack, which we have in the UK, but my craving, it just had to be satisfied. It tasted just as good as the UK Shake Shack, but with a unique vegetarian burger, which had a falafel patty. As for that sugar fix, I tried ice cream from a few different places. First up, we've got Cold Stone Creamery, which will forever make me think of Stone Cold Steve Austin. This was an absolute stunner of an ice cream sundae with chocolate and cookies and cream ice cream covered in hot chocolate fudge sauce and some cookie dough on top, all contained within a chocolate covered waffle cone bowl. Next up, let's head to Warner Brothers World for a little nice ice cream pick-me-up.
So we got some Snickers ice cream from the ice cream parlour here. That's what you need. Even though everything's air conditioned, it's quite cold in here. When you go to a theme park, you gotta have ice cream.
On a side note, I'll be making a full video of my time at Warner Brothers World, so look out for that in the near future. Okay, for our final sweet spot, we've got the Cheesecake Factory, a place which we don't have in the UK, and my first time ever trying this god tier establishment. With every cheesecake you could possibly dream of, this place has something for everybody, so let's get our munch on and check it out.
Okay, so we're at the Cheesecake Factory. So man's wanted dessert and this is what we've got. I've never been here, I know it's an American chain, but I had to try it out. So we've gone for the Oreo. It's actually mad. So we've gone for the Oreo cheesecake. You've got like a Oreo base, cheesecake with Oreos infused into the cheesecake, and then a layer of Oreo cream, and then icing on top. And this is a weighty plate. And a bit of cream on the side. Take a look at that. So I think it's time we give this beast a go. So we're gonna just get a bit of all the layers. That is so good. That might be one of the best cheesecakes I've ever had. And I don't normally go for cheesecakes, I'm not normally a cheesecake guy. That is banging. And look how big this is. You can easily share this cheesecake between many people. Let's get another bite, man. This is the best cheesecake I've ever had, hands down. It is so good, man.
So that concludes the Abu Dhabi food guide, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions about Abu Dhabi, then leave a comment down below. And as always, support the channel by liking, sharing and subscribing. Till next time, peace!